we got the Snyder Cut, guys. We really got the Snyder Cut. It's wild and it's weird to be in a timeline where Zack Snyder's Justice League came out, but it did. Hey everyone, how you doing today? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League, and this is going to be the review. I'm not going to do a spoiler review because I can't be bothered. Let me not lie. There's not that much to spoil, really and truly. But well, there's stuff to spoil, but it's not that important for this review. But so I'm just going to talk about what I think about the movie. So Zack Snyder's Justice League, it's basically, if you don't know, you should know. But if you don't know, Zack Snyder was making Justice League, recorded all this footage, and he had a very unfortunate accident. Well, not accident. His family had a very unfortunate tragedy, and I pray for them because that tragedy was really, really bad. I don't wish that on anyone. But yeah, he had a very unfortunate tragedy, so he couldn't finish the film. So Joss Whedon came in, finished the film, and it was very mediocre. It was the most very mediocre. Like, how could I watch a Justice League movie and it turned out like that? I was very disappointed. I watched it, right, and I came out of the movie theaters. I remember in 2017. I watched it twice, right? I didn't want to watch it twice. I watched it twice because of my family, well, my cousins, but I watched it twice, and it was like, all right, it wasn't bad, it wasn't good, it was okay. I was very content with it because after watching BVS be like so disappointing, at least this one was better than BVS. That's what I thought. But yeah, it was the most mediocre team up movie I've ever seen. I mean, there's only a couple I've seen. It's legit Avengers and this. So I guess Guardians and Incredibles, but more Avengers than this. So yeah. So when I heard that Zack Snyder was going to be doing the Snyder Cut, I was happy because it had been trending for ages. People would wanted it. Warner Brothers actually gave the director his creative vision. What? But yeah, so here we are in the timeline where the Snyder Cut came out. All 4 hours of it. And yeah, what do I think of the movie? I really like it. I really, really like it. I liked it way more than I thought I would. I was like, what this movie does is that it enhanced so many things in the 2017 version that made it just a lot better. Like, it's the same plot pretty much from the 2017 version, and it makes sense because all that footage was for that plot. And I'll give Joss Whedon his credit. At least he kind of followed the plot of what Zack Snyder wanted to do. So I'll give him credit for that. But yeah, this pales in comparison to this 2017 version. Like, this one, I can watch this again. It's a 4 hour movie that I can definitely watch again. The 2017 one, I don't want to see that ass in my face again. I don't want to smell the 2017 version. That movie was, why? That's the big question out of that movie. So with the changes that happen, a lot of things get expanded more, and I feel like it gives a lot more character to the actual Justice League. So for example, Cyborg, I thought Cyborg was just so one-dimensional in the 2017 version. This is going off old memory, by the way. I've not touched 2017 version since 2017. But anyway, Cyborg, from what I remember, didn't have that much didn't have that much to him in the 2017 version. But this one, they gave him a lot of character. Like, Cyborg really held his own in this movie, and that's where I can give Zack Snyder credit. Number one is that the characters are elevated more. Cyborg feels a lot better in this movie. Like, it just makes more sense. Like, you see, because we're seeing what he's going through, we're like, oh, okay, that's why you're like that. All right, fair enough. I like you more now. It's the same with other members. I would say Wonder Woman, to an extent, it's not that much different, but Wonder Woman to the extent is better. I'll say Batman is to an extent is better. Aquaman is kind of the same to me, in all honesty. I thought it was all right in the 2017 movie. I think he's all right in this one. And Flash is all right. It's the same. Like, Flash was like, all right, I like you more than everybody else, except Superman. I like you more than everyone else. Maybe except Superman in the 2017 one, but in this one, pretty much the same thing. I'm like, all right, I like you the same, even though I like the others a bit better now. So yeah, I'm cool with you. But Superman was, I think, probably the biggest change. Actually, no, Cyborg's definitely the biggest change. I'll say Superman is also another. Well, actually, no. Superman is probably the biggest change in this movie, and I like the direction more in what he was doing with this film. And I noticed some of the things that I really loved about Superman in the old film, well, the 2017 one, was Zack Snyder. It was not Joss Whedon. So that brings now I'm more like, interesting. So So Zack Snyder was actually going to do well with Superman in this movie already. So yeah, Superman was a lot better in this movie, in my opinion. I even though he's not in it that much compared like in the 2017 version, but I felt like he was just a lot more. It was just a lot better in this film. I don't know how to explain it, but the things he did kind of were cooler in this film, especially towards the end. Yeah. So with this movie, they added some of the more side characters. You know, the whole setup that they were going to do with the whole Justice League Part 2. They added way more of that in this movie. Things were elongated a lot more, and that's probably a con I would say, is that some things were just unnecessarily long. Like the film is 4 hours, and really and truly looking back at it, it could have been 3 hours or 3 hours and 30 minutes. It could have been in between that range. It did not need to be 4 hours. Some things are just going on, just dragging, and I was enjoying it maybe because I was hyped, but thinking back on it, I'm like, all right, like you could take this out. Even there were times where I was like, all right, was this necessary? You could have just skipped around this, hopped around it. Like, we didn't need this, to be honest with you. But hey, this is Zack Snyder's vision. I love the 4:3 ratio that they're going for with the movie. It's the very IMAX feel at home, and I liked it more because that's full frame. I like seeing the whole frame. I want to see the whole movie. I don't want to see a bunch of the movie, a bit of the movie. So I can respect Zack Snyder for going for that approach, especially on HBO Max. It's very different from a lot of other movies, and that gives it its own unique style. And I feel like that's what this movie is. It's just its own thing. It's not a movie, it's not a TV series, it's a mixture of both, and it has this weird structure, and it just goes all in on that, if that makes sense. Speaking of that, I don't think this movie could have worked in theaters. And that's the thing that I'm wondering with Zack Snyder's Justice League. If this film had come out as is, right, in theaters, would it have worked? Would it have been that good? I don't think so. In all honesty, I really don't think so. Looking at what happened in this movie for the 4 hours we had, and how things were explained a lot more, and you got more time to understand things and what people were doing, I don't think it could have worked in theaters, in all honesty. And maybe I'm more glad that we had the mishaps we had, because now we have a very good Justice League movie, and it could have been something else completely if it came out in theaters. But yeah, other than that, other problems would include Zack Snyder's 300 level slow-mo. If you don't know what I mean, the movie 300, he directed it, just mad, hella slow-mo. Unnecessary slow-mo. Some slow-mo is cool. Some slow-mo I'm like, why? But also, there are some very hype scenes, especially one with the Flash, that was just like elevated the movie, and I was just like, whoa, like this is what I came for. Like, this is the Justice League. And this movie did feel like more of an epic than the first film. The first film felt like just a throwing all the Justice League members and just say, hey, here's a movie. This one feels like an epic Justice League, like not a journey, but like a journey. I don't know. Okay, screw it. A journey with the Justice League. That's how it felt like to me. But yeah, so other than that, I don't really have too many things negative to say. Those are the only negatives. In terms of positive, everything else pretty much. Except I loved I loved all the fights more, even though the CGI was a little less. Even though the CGI is better in this movie, some of the CGI was suspicious. But the action was just a lot better. It's visually stunning. Zack Snyder, I have to give credit that he actually got his vision across, and I thought I wouldn't like this movie because BVS I did not like, and he directed that. I did not like BVS, but with this movie I did like it, even though it can be a little bit, what's the word, not abstract, but just unnecessarily abstract. That's the word I would use. It's abstract but unnecessarily abstract at times. I have to give credit. I really, really enjoyed this movie. And the music, oh my god, the music is fire in this movie. Oh, Junkie XL. Bruh, the music is way fire. Even though there's a theme for Wonder Woman that plays legit every single time she comes on the screen. It's cool, yeah, but after a while I'm like, why? But yeah, and I'm glad that the tone of this movie as well is consistent as well with the other DC projects, except Shazam. I mean, Shazam is his own different thing, but yeah, it's the tone is just right there. Actually, no, and Wonder Woman 84. Yeah, let's not talk about that movie. But yeah, the tone is right there. Joss Whedon's film, the tone was just so wonky. It was like sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's dark, and I'm like, what's going on here? But yeah, with this one, tone's consistent, everything's perfect. And Steppenwolf, right? Steppenwolf I thought was the most generic one-dimensional villain I've ever seen in my life in Justice League. This one, he's actually, even though he's still a bit generic, you understand a bit more about why he's doing what he's doing, and you're like, oh, okay, now I kind of have an attachment to you. That's how I felt with Steppenwolf in this movie. But yeah, that's pretty much all I want to say about Justice League. I really enjoyed it, and my score of it would be a 7.5 out of 10. I don't think it's a great film, let me not lie, but I think it's a very good film. I think it's a very good film. Obviously, it won't match to the Avengers movies. It just doesn't. It pales in comparison. But I do love what I got, and honestly, I wouldn't mind a sequel. I wouldn't mind seeing the Snyderverse now. Like, I wouldn't mind to see what Snyder wanted to do with this whole franchise. But yeah, that's pretty much it, really. So did you like the Snyder Cut? Did you not like the Snyder Cut? Let me know in the comment section. I am open to discussion. Thank you very much for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel for more on pop culture and entertainment. Have a great day, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, bye.